Hello, my name is Dr. Ratcliffe and I'll be your professor this semester for public speaking. Welcome to this midsummer term. This is a 16-week course that we actually cover in just 4 weeks, and so that's a good thing in that you can get your credit quickly, but it can be a challenging thing because it moves very fast, and so I encourage you to make sure that you're very familiar with our course and you understand the deadlines and the late policies of this particular class. And so I just wanted to give you a quick orientation. The home page gives you a lot of information. I like to use a lot of highlights and different colors to draw your attention to certain aspects, so don't get overwhelmed by the amount of information that's in this course. I know there's a lot of reading that's involved, but just take it one step at a time. And if after you read instructions for something, if you still have questions, feel free to message me. And so you want to make sure that you are online and completing your first assignment by this Tuesday, 2 p.m. At this point, I turn in an attendance report, and if you are not showing up in class and have not fulfilled that first assignment, you'll be dropped for non-attendance. And so just make sure that you get online and are completing at least that first assignment by that due date. And then, of course, our first exam will be this Saturday, the 23rd, and so make sure that you have, hopefully you've already ordered your textbook. It's always a good thing to order textbooks a couple of weeks before a class starts, and you can always look up the course textbook by going to the online syllabus through your school's website, in this instance through TJC's website. And so to really get started, you'll want to go through the modules, and you can basically select modules by looking at this link here, or just for a quick reference, select modules over on this tab. And so this week you're going to want to complete definitely the Start Here module and this module 1. And so just keep track of due dates. That's exam 1, for instance. But you'll want to click through every one of these pages and just read. This is going to be very helpful and answer a lot of questions at the bottom of each page. Let me move this down. There's a little next button over here. I don't know if you can see it since I'm in the bottom right screen here, but you can just go to the next page instead of having to click back out to modules each time. But make sure that you understand what the class entails and give yourself a chance to get familiar with the class and familiar with the assignments. The syllabus addendum will be very helpful to you in understanding the late policy in this class. There's certain things that I do allow to be turned in late, and there's certain things that I do not allow to be turned in late, so you want to be familiar with that. Also, one of the most important pages is actually in Module 1. This is the recording rules and the YouTube rules. This is going to explain to you how we're going to do an online speech class. Yes, you have to have an audience. If you do not have an audience of at least 3 adults, I will not grade your speeches and you'll receive a 0 for that assignment. So make sure that you have a public by which to give this public speech to. In no case will you just be talking to a webcam like I'm doing right now and have that be sufficient. And so you have to have a group, a live audience that you're giving a speech to. If this is going to be a challenge and you cannot find any way to add more people to your live audience, you need to drop this class and either take a hybrid or a fully face-to-face class. And I think that there are some available this summer if you're able to come to the TJC campus. But this page really goes into detail as to how to record and submit in YouTube your video. Here's how to do PowerPoint as a visual aid while you're recording. Here's the audience requirements. You need to very carefully follow these requirements. In fact, the first speech is really testing whether you can do this correctly or not. And so this page, even though it's not in the speech assignment, this is the page that you're going to have to refer to in order to give yourself knowledge to be able to successfully complete these speeches. You always want to go back and watch your video before you turn it in, just to make sure it's in good quality and you can be heard and you can be seen. And so this may take a little bit of adjustment on your part. And so just a little checklist to go over so that you have some sort of idea of things to remember before you turn in your speech. And so these things are here for your benefit. Just to go back into modules just very quickly. I don't have a once a week deadline for all the assignments. You'll notice that the deadlines are kind of scattered throughout the weeks, and so, or throughout the days in the week, and so I try not to have anything due on Sundays. I like to take that as a day of rest, but also just realize that I know we've got 4th of July holiday coming up. There is actually a speech due on July the 4th. Feel free to turn that speech in early. In fact, a couple of these speeches you can do together while your audience is gathered. And so you will be required to do speeches 1 and 2 together in one recording, actually. But speech 3 and speech 4 could also be done at the same time. You want to put those on different video links, and you can read about that. But since you have an audience gathered, if you want to get that speech done a little early, that's fine. So you can work ahead on everything except the team things. And so you'll want to go through the team discussions. You'll actually get started this week with team discussion 1. It's due Wednesday, where you're basically getting to know your teammates and you're choosing a team leader. And then each one of these team discussions will take you through the various aspects of the team presentation. A lot of people ask, how do I do a team presentation in an online class? It can be done, and these discussions and the actual team assignment, which is speech 5, I'll scroll down to let you see that right down here. It's due July the 9th. But that will be full of information for you, and of course those team discussions will help guide you through that process step by step, so it will all come together. As a heads up, you will not have to get together with your teammates. You can do the team presentation just like you do these individual speeches from the privacy of your home or from your workplace or wherever you're recording your individual speeches. You also will record your portion of the team presentation. And so it's all explained in the assignments, and that's basically our course. We have the Start Here module and 4 other modules to work through. Due dates are clearly listed. There's a lot to do, but I think I've spread it out enough so that you're kept generally busy, but not so busy that you get too overwhelmed for the amount of work that is expected. I am so excited you're here. I think it's going to be a great semester. I'm very easy to contact. The best way to contact me is to go to Inbox in Canvas Messenger and just select our course and start typing in my name, which is Ratcliffe. And my name will pop up. You send me a message. It's very, very easy. And I tend to respond a little quicker through that method than through email, though I will also be checking my email. My information can be found in the syllabus addendum. I think maybe even the welcome page. One of these 3 pages has some information for me, and so you want to go in and understand how you can contact me. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. I'm excited, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much.